Hey everybody, this is David Branderhorst, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to choose an idea for a course that will sell. Now before we get started, if you could remember to hit that like and subscribe button to be notified of future content, we would greatly appreciate it. Now we all know that selling a course is one of the most profitable things you can do in your business. You can create a course once, put all the training together, put all the resources together, and sell it as many times as you want. That one-time product creation could be sold as just over and over and over again, and it can become an extremely profitable part of your business. But one of the key considerations to making this work is to first and foremost choose an idea for your course that people actually want to buy. Because there's lots of courses out there that have been created and you look at them and go, I don't think anybody's really interested in this. I don't think people would actually pay money for this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take you through a series of questions that you can ask yourself. And it's almost like a checklist that you can go through to determine whether or not this idea that you have for a course makes sense and whether or not this idea would actually sell. So one of the first things I want you to do is I want you to think through whether or not there demand for a solution. Are there people out there who are actively trying to solve this problem or actively trying to achieve this goal? And one of the best ways that you can do this is to go on Amazon and also on Google and to do some research. Now, what do I mean by that? When you go on Amazon, what you can do is you can search for existing books on that topic. So if you have a certain subject matter that you're interested in and you go on Amazon, what you're looking for is a number of other books that already are printed and published and are actually selling fairly well. You want to see a fair number of books, and you want to see that a fair number of them are actually selling, that they're not just out there but dead and not selling at all. You want to see actual buyers coming in and actively purchasing these books, because that tells you that there's people interested in this subject matter. They're interested in figuring this out and how to make this work. If you go on Amazon and you don't see any books or you don't see anything happening with it, it can only mean one of two things. One is this subject matter is so new and cutting edge that people are not covering it yet. This is so brand new that they're just not even, they're not jumping in and doing it yet. It's not even something that's hit the mainstream yet. The other side of it is there's just no interest. No one is actually interested in the subject matter, and that's the death knell. No matter how good your course is, if no one's interested in it, no one's going to buy it. So look for books on Amazon. The second step is to either go through Google Keyword Planner or through the Google Trends analysis and go on either one of those and start searching for those terms. Start searching for terms on either one of those to see how many searches are happening on Google every single month for those terms. And what you're going to do is you're going to see very quickly, like, oh, wow, that term, there's only 1,000 people a month who are searching for that term on Google. That's really, really low. With the billions of people on the planet, only 1,000 searches a month, that is very, very low. Then you may search for a different phrase or a different set of keywords and realize there's hundreds of thousands or maybe millions of searches for that every single month. So I want you to go through and I want you to start doing some research. I want you to come up with some ideas for things that have books out there with interested buyers and who are getting a decent amount of queries on Google. And then once you have that, I want you to list out your top 5 ideas. I want you to sit down and say, okay, out of all these, what do I think are my top 5? Which are the ones that make the most sense? Which are the ones that I think I should be actively pursuing and at least researching a little bit further? And then once you have your list of 5, it's a matter of, okay, how do I alter this a little bit? How do I filter this down a little bit more and get it so that I can choose the one that I want to go with? So the first question I want you to ask in that regard is, can you teach it? Now, that may sound, that may sound a little bit like, really? No, I mean that. I mean, if you're going to look at these 5 topics and you're going to say, well, I feel really good that I could teach how to do that, but that one's not really my expertise. That's not really something I'm great at. Well, then skip that one. Choose the one out of your group of 5 that you feel the strongest about. Like, I know I could teach how to do this. I know I'm really good at that. That's something that's very much in my sweet spot, in my strength zone. So pick one of those. Then the next question I want you to ask yourself is it repeatable? So in other words, when you create a solution for someone, can you create a process? Can you create a framework that other people can follow? So in other words, is this, I was able to get a solution to this problem and I did it, but it was so unique and it was so one-off and it was such an unusual thing that there really wasn't a standardized process that I could take people through, then that's probably not a good idea. It's going to be very difficult to create a course on something that you can't create a repeatable process on how to do it. If you can create a repeatable process that other people can follow to get a similar solution, now you've got something. If you can't, it's not a great idea. And the next thing you need to ask yourself is this solution specific? Now, again, this is one of those things in life where sometimes we can just be very, very general in how we want to solve a problem. But in the world where we have lots of different books out there, lots of courses, lots of programs, lots of different services out there, solving a problem in a general sense is becoming less and less effective. By that, I mean, if you were to say, hey, I'm going to create a course on how to lose weight, and that's all you say. You just, this is how to lose weight. Well, that's too broad and that's too generic. There are now all sorts of different programs and processes and things out there. How to lose weight by doing this, how to lose weight by doing that, using this methodology or that system or that process. And if you learn how to bring it down a level and make it more specific and to say, I can show you how to lose weight through this specialized system and the specialized process that's unique and different from everyone else, now you got something. But you have to make sure that your solution is specific. The next thing I need you to think about is, how big is the problem? In other words, how heavy does this problem weigh on these people? And again, this is another one of those where you have to consider, like, is this problem important? Like, if it's a minor problem and people really, you know what, I can live with it. It's really not that big of a deal. It's not bothering me that much. I don't really care that much if I actually get a solution or not. Then people are going to be much less likely to buy your course. But if that problem is weighing on them and it's a big problem and they're highly motivated to get out from under that problem, now they're going to be significantly more likely to buy your course. The next part of this, which is a little bit related to what I just said, is how much pain does this problem cause them? How much are they struggling under this? How much are they, in discomfort because of this pain? Is there excess weight causing them enough problem that they're motivated to make a change? Because we all have that, because, a lot of people in the world need to go through a weight loss program, but a lot of people are just saying, it's okay, I'm not ready to do it yet, so they're not going to be willing to buy a course. But if they are in a situation where suddenly, how many times have you seen it, where suddenly that person had a heart attack, or they had some health scare, something happened that went very wrong for them. Now there's enough pain for them to say, nope, I have to solve this. I have to get a solution. I have to make a change. I have to do something. And now I'm ready to buy that course and get in that program and do something to get a solution. Now they're ready. Now they are ready to make that move, but there has to be enough pain involved in where they are today to move them to want to make a change. If there's not enough pain involved, they'll just stay where they are. Then the next question you need to ask yourself is, how many people struggle with this problem? So, in other words, if there are, again, this goes a little bit back to the question of how many people are searching for it on Google, or how many books are there on Amazon for this? Because if the number of people who are searching for a solution, if the number of people who are trying to do this are significant, then great. You have a lot of people searching for answers on this. Now you know, again, that your market is validated. If there is not a lot of people who are truly trying to solve this and are truly trying to do this, because again, it may be a problem that people have, but if they're not really, a large number of them are not out there trying to solve it, then it's not going to be strong enough, again, not a big enough group and pool of people for them to want to make a change. Then the next question is, if there is a big enough group of people, how easily can you find them? And in other words, can you locate them online? Is there enough easily findable places for you to be able to say, hey, they're in this Facebook group. Hey, they all like this. They're all on this, chat. They're all on this forum. They're all over here. Oh, they all follow this one thought leader. If you can't find them and they're not congregating in groups, it's going to be very difficult to market to them. You have to be able to identify, like, hey, these people all follow these 3 or 4 individuals who are the thought leaders in this space. These are the main people that everyone seems to follow. So if I find fans of these people, if I find followers of those people, that is going to help me find my audience. Those are going to be the people that are really dialed in and are perfect targets for me. So I need to be able to locate them. I have to be able to identify where they are. And then next, the last question you need to ask yourself is, how confident are you in your solution? Now, the reason I ask that question is, if you're just throwing out an idea, well, this could possibly work, or this could be one way of creating a solution, that's not the best. That is not the best way of doing this. That is not the best way of presenting this. You have to be able to present your solution in your marketing with extreme confidence. You need to be able to present your solution to people in your communication that, yes, I know I can get a solution for you. I know without a shadow of a doubt that what I'm offering to you, what I am presenting to you will work. Because if you're not certain, if you're not confident, and you don't know that this will work, the reality is this is still going to struggle. You're not convinced you could do it, and so other people are also not going to be convinced. They may want a solution. They may be hungry for a solution. They may be in a lot of pain. You may have located the people, but if they look at your solution and don't have a high degree of confidence that what you're offering them through your course is going to work, they're still not going to say yes. They need to be able to look at your course, look at the solution that you're offering through your course, and say, that's it. That's the solution I've been looking for. That's the answer. I get it. I see how this can work for me. I see how I can do this. This is exactly what I need. Sign me up. And if you can do that, then you're going to get sales. Then this is going to work very well for you. Then once you have all those questions answered, it's time for you to go out and start doing some testing. It's time for you to go out and do a bit of beta testing on your idea. And it's a good way to do it, because you can feel really strongly at this point about, hey, I think I have a great idea. I think I really do have something that this is going to work, that this could sell, that this would be really, really great. The challenge with it then is to actually go out into the market, because there's happened a lot of times where we put ideas out into the marketplace. We're really sure that this is going to sell. This is going to be great. And when we presented it to people, it just didn't catch. It didn't catch fire, and people didn't jump on it and buy it. So people didn't take action. They didn't move, and the campaign and the product launch wasn't successful. So there's different ways that you can do this. One of them is that you can go out and you can survey people. You can send out a survey to people to get questions answered and ask them, about how much solving this problem is important to them, and if this type of solution was presented to them, would they be interested in buying it, and how much would they be willing to pay for that? You can do a free webinar where you present this idea, and then at the end of the webinar, instead of offering to sell it, you can ask them for feedback. You can get a lot of people who would give you feedback. Or you can take a beta group through a coaching experience, and you can take these people through a several-week group coaching experience, take them through the process, show them how to get a solution, and then at the end, instead of charging them for this, just as your beta group, you can say, okay, I want testimonials. I want referrals. I want you to tell me your experience. I want you to show me your results, show me how much change happened in your life and how many great things happened and how confident you are in this solution. And if you get there, and if you answered positively on all those previous questions, and you go through your beta testing process where you get feedback from others and they're all saying, yes, this was amazing, this helped me, now you can rest pretty confidently in the idea that you now have an idea that will sell, and can be marketed very, very successfully. So go through those steps, do those things, and I think you'll be very, very happy when you get to the other side, because you won't be wasting time creating products and creating courses on things that you don't even know if it's going to sell. And you spend all this time filming content, creating workbooks, and doing all these things, and then only to discover it flopped. That's the worst case scenario. Do these things first to determine whether or not it's going to work. If it will work, great. Then we can proceed with creation of all the content, creation of the course, set it all up, start marketing it, and start banking those dollars for your business. So I hope this video is helpful to you. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon.